Hi there, welcome along to another workout for you to row along to. It's the 500 meter plan, week 5, session 3, and it's a top tier workout today. So what we're going to do today is 5 times 1 minute on and 1 minute off. Then you're going to take 2 minutes rest and repeat a total of 4 times. Now those 1 minute efforts are going to be at 24 strokes per minute and at absolute max force from your legs. Okay, so this is the last tough building workout that we're going to do before the big test on session 5. So let's get ready to be strong on this one. As being today's quite an intense one, but at a lower rate, we're going to do a 6-minute warm-up for it, all right? But we're going to skip the drills, you know, the ones where we just do arms and back only. So if you want to add them in at the end, then please do, because they're important drills. Anyway, let's get set up for the warm-up. Set up your drag factor first. If you don't know about drag factor, then please check out the video I have on the YouTube channel. Next up, go to your monitor and set it at eye height so you don't have to look up and you don't have to look down. And finally, your foot strap should cover the bottom lace in your shoe, or if you're in socks like me, you can just bend forward comfortably at the front. So we'll start off this warm up as always at 18 strokes a minute at a nice gentle pace. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, go. So just ease yourself into this, get moving, but don't worry too much about your actual pace. This first minute is just about easing yourself off, ready for the row. And then as we get to the end of this first minute, we'll start to think more about adding in some pressure. And then as we go through the warm-up, we'll get gradually tougher and tougher to make sure your legs are primed. Now, of course, I'm saying it's okay to do a 6-minute warm-up, but as being you're going full pressure on all your strokes, I want to make sure you are warm. So if you don't feel totally warmed up enough for today's session, then at the end of this, either pause the video or podcast and continue, or rewind it, or maybe just some light rowing while I recap the session. That might be enough, you never know. You know how warm you are. So, let's start getting our pace closer to 2K plus 20 at this 18 strokes a minute rate. So this is going to mean a good shove from the legs, good push into the machine, and you'll need to start thinking about body positions and how the force is coming through into the handle. Make sure and keep your arms straight as you connect at the drive. Right, one more stroke and let's go up to 20 strokes a minute and 2K plus 18. And we're just going to do this for 1.5 minutes. But hopefully the slightly faster stroke rate will help with any fluidity issues moving up and down the rail. Remember, you are trying to get that forward lean set up nicely at the front of the machine, and then holding it as you drive back with the legs, only swinging into that 11 o'clock lay back towards the end of the stroke, and then finishing nice and strong with the handle pulling into your chest. Another 30 seconds at this stroke rate and pace. And then we're going to go up to 24 and 2K plus 12 to 15. Okay, so that'll be in 3 strokes time. One more. So 24 strokes a minute. 1 stroke every 2.5 seconds. And try and get your pace somewhere between 2k plus 12 to 15. And then 4 strokes time, we'll ease back to 18s. So here we go, back down to 18. We're just going to hold this pace, 2k plus 20, for 30 seconds. And then we'll go back up to that 24 pace again. Sounds like there's lots of rate changes, but they're all similar. So here we go, back up to 24. Can you get closer to 2k plus 12 this time? Remember, that power to get your pace up is all coming from the legs. Okay, 3 strokes, and back to 18. Last one, back to 18. So we'll just do 30 seconds at 18, and then one last burst at 24, and that'll be the warm-up done. Remember, if you don't feel warm enough for today's main session, make sure to keep going. One more stroke. Let's go back up to 24. Just for the next 30 seconds. Can you go slightly faster than 2k plus 12? Maybe 2k plus 10. Keep that forward lean as you engage with the handle. Okay, 3 more strokes. 2 more. 1 more. Now you're not wanting to be panting and completely out of breath at this point. Raised breathing, heart rate up. I'm up at 130 right now, so body's primed. If you're right about here, you're probably good to go, but make sure none of your muscles are niggles or anything. You're the grown up here, you decide whether you need to continue warming up or not. Otherwise, keep moving up and down the rail, and I'll quickly go through one more time what today's session is. So today's session then, we're going to do 5 times 1 minute on and 1 minute off. You're going to take 2 minutes rest and repeat, so you do it a total of 4 times. You're going to do these 1 minute efforts at 24 strokes per minute and at full guns from your legs. Now, it doesn't matter whether your full guns means you're at 2k pace or whether you're at 2k minus 10, it's as powerful as you can manage, okay? Now, if you want to set your monitor for this one, then what I recommend is just setting it to 1 minute intervals and then undefined rests. And I'll call out when to press the button to continue to the next one. Don't worry about coming back to analyze that 1 minute interval to see how you got on. What I suggest is that you go to ergmonkey.com and register there with your logbook. And that way you can then go in and see exactly how you got on for that 1 minute. Your actual overall average that the memory screen will give you doesn't particularly matter here. What matters is how long you can hold that pace for, okay? Right, let's not get too cold. Let's get straight into this. It's a power session, okay? So this is going to be intense, but you will be able to make it. So here we go then, 24 strokes per minute in 3, 2, 1, go. Now remember, it's max power per stroke. So get yourself set up at the front of the machine and then drive out hard from the front. And that setup starts by getting your arms away nice and straight. 30 seconds to go. Full slide to the front. Get your shins vertical. I'm at my 2k pace. 2 more strokes. Now remember, we did this 2 weeks ago at 20 strokes per minute with the back raised. Today should feel tougher in terms of this should be a balance of muscle power and cardio, okay? So whereas last time it was more of a muscle strain or muscle intensity, today you should have both. It's perfect. It'll hopefully really tee you up ready for the 500 meter test. Okay, so we're approaching 15 seconds to go. Press your button to continue to the next interval from any point from now. And make sure you're ready. If you have to take a couple of soft strokes to start to protect your back, do it, but we're going in 3, 2, 1, go. Really get yourself set up at the front. If you're pushing hard enough from the front, you should actually have oodles of time on your recovery to get your body position set up perfectly for the next stroke. Straight arms, shins vertical, push with the legs, push that machine away. Now I kind of rushed my way through the bit about soft rowing as we started that interval just then. Kind of doesn't work if you're on the undefined rests, and hopefully you don't need to. But in a session like this, because that first stroke is from a dead, stopped flywheel, that first one is really heavy. So I want you to take care of your lower back. Maybe even if you have to take that first stroke a little bit softer just to get the flywheel moving, and then you can lay in the power. Just in case you're prone to back injury, so do you folks. Right, 10 seconds to go. Press your button to continue to the next interval if you're on undefined rests. We're going in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Really hang off the handle. Nice. Straight arms. Forward lean. And up on your sit bones. And that should mean that as you lay in all that power from your legs, you're hanging off the handle, and all the power is surging through your body into the handle and into the flywheel. 2, one more, 1. Whew. Only 3 down already. We're starting to feel tops of my quads are biting a little bit from this, but that's perfect. We want this one to be the last of the kind of building sessions, the sensation sessions. Session 4 will be the quick stir of the tanks and then the longer row, but this is the last of the tough ones. Okay, 12 seconds to go. Get ready to press your button to continue to the next interval. If you're on undefined rests, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now try and concentrate on holding that forward lean for at least a portion of your leg drive. Ideally, around about half of it. But as long as your initial push from the legs is done with a forward lean, you should get most of the power surge benefits from doing so. 4 strokes to go. Two. I think I'm catching myself over leaning at the front slightly. Make sure to have a drink. Where I'm at now, you should be thinking, crikey, we're not even at the end of the first set. If you're putting in the right amount of power. 15 seconds to go. Press your button to continue to the next interval, to get ready for interval 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, I want you to continue with max pressure. That includes not only that big push with the legs, but also that really powerful pull in at the end of the stroke with your arms. It is mostly about your legs, but your arms aren't just there for show. Almost there. 4 strokes to go. One more. Who knows what I'm doing? Ooh, to my seat pad, but keeps inching forwards. That's us at the end of that first set. How you holding up? Nice and strong. Remember, this is a intense workout, but it's designed to be intense and tough, but not drain your fuel tank, not make it so that you're going to be in muscle soreness for the next couple of days afterwards, okay? Even if we are just as a quarter of the way there, you should be feeling you've got this. It's easy to always be looking ahead and thinking, oh, what's going on? But like I say, we're almost there.
Voiceover man here. What you're looking at is a man who's just realised that the screen capture software that usually records his ErgZone screen has just stopped working. So that confused, furrowed brow on my face is me trying to work out whether there's any way to salvage it. Not particularly a problem for you podcast listeners, because you never see anything. But for the YouTube users, this is why there was no overlay today.
Hopefully these rests will just be enough to keep you without your body getting too destroyed at the end. Right, let's get ready for the next batch of 5. Press your button to continue to the next interval. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, full power. You might find you can go a tiny bit faster here because you just had that 2-minute rest. But don't worry if it drips away again as fatigue sets in. You're just trying to give it full guns the whole time. 4 strokes to go. Last one. Hopefully you started nice and strong on that one. My heart rate's straight back up at where we left off pretty much. So like I say, this is peaks and troughs. It's going to take it out of you, but not so much that you're zapped before the test. Make sure and breathe. Make sure and breathe during the actual interval as well. A bit daft if you held your breath. Although that said, I'm kind of doing that when I talk to you, so can't let me daft. Get ready to press your button to continue to the next interval in 10 seconds time. This is the second one of this batch. In 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Always try to pick something you can focus on. Right now, I'm just trying to not do my over lean and rounding of the shoulders. So it helps to have a mirror in front of you, not just for vanity, so I can see that familiar rolling in of the shoulders, which I just did. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, the good thing about this workout is because you're only a minute on and then a minute off, you get to reset your technique for every single one of them. So make sure and start each interval in the right body position, at least. Then if things fall apart, they fall apart, but if you can get the first couple of strokes with the best of intentions, hopefully soon the strength and the confidence will build into you to hold that. Hopefully. All right, 15 seconds to go. Press your button to continue to the next interval for you undefined rests, folks. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, no matter what, always remember this is about leg power. First and foremost, legs. Like I say, you finish with a good pull, but you're not yanking from the front of the machine. You're hanging on at the front with that forward lean, and then at the back, that's when you pull in. 4 strokes to go. One more. 2 more to go on this batch. Heart rate's creeping up. It's a good thing. Shows I'm putting in the effort. Have a drink. Keep rocking up and down just to stop things getting sore, really. If you need to reseat your buttocks on the seat, do that in this rest period as well. Stop you squashing your muscles, make it more comfortable. Right, press your button to continue to interval 9, which starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. After all, you're putting yourself through quite a lot of physical discomfort through the actual effort. You want to make sure your butt is comfortable on the seat, at least. It's one of the reasons I use this seat pad. Halfway there. Forward lean, John, come on. That's better. You can really feel the difference between having a proper forward lean and bending in. All done. What I mean is the difference between rocking through over the hips, something like that, or doing that. Difference. I don't get much more distance from my hands by collapsing, and what length I do get from collapsing is stolen by the fact I can't get the power through properly because I'm all rounded. So much better to be like a zombie at the front. Ooh. Nice and forward lean through the hips. Zombies have great posture. Right, get ready to press your button to continue to the next interval, which starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Interval 10. Just 21 strokes to go. So you get a longer rest. That doesn't mean you can ease off. If anything, I want you to go even harder on this interval. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you pull the handle into sternum height, or in my case, heart rate monitor height. Four, 3, 2, last one. 2 minutes rest. I say heart rate monitor height, but excuse me while I lift mine up a bit. It's not very good losing weight, but I've not, there we go. I've not tightened my heart rate strap as a consequence, so it's a little loose, which is a good problem to have, to be honest. Fitting into t-shirts that I've not been able to wear for a while, or jeans or shorts that up until a certain point have been too tight to wear, or heart rate monitors coming down. That's all the visual cues that you need in order to continue trying to lose weight, or the feeling of your arms actually filling a t-shirt sleeve, or seeing the split in your quads and stuff. It's all these little visual cues that are signs that what you're doing is working. And then when you couple that to something like this, and you see yourself going faster, and you feel yourself feeling stronger, this is why exercise and stuff gets quite addictive after a while, why you have to force yourself to take, rest days, because you suddenly go, I want to get faster and better and whatever, and then stopping doesn't seem right, like the right thing to do. Okay, 15 seconds to go. Get ready to press your button as we get in to the first of the back half. So we've got 10 more to go. 10 done, 10 more. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. My heart rate had recovered to 78 at the start of this one. Let's see what it ends up at. Not that I'm doing anything about my heart rate other than watching it out of interest. This is definitely one that it's all about muscles and full force. So your heart can be 50% or it can be 100%. As long as you're putting in 100% from your muscles. 2 more. 1 more. 155. Ooh, got something go click in my hip flexor or my hip. Keep an eye on that. Hopefully that's not anything that will come back again. These 1 minute rests should really mean you recover enough that you can always put in the same amount of power. If you can go faster, then go faster, but you should just be able to maintain your pace, okay? Push through it and maintain. Right, press your button to get ready to start interval 12. We're going in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Big push with the legs. Make sure and keep your posture nice and powerful. Up on your sit bones at the front. And then braced core at the back of the stroke. So you don't have to yank against the foot straps. Which, to be honest, I think that's why I just hurt my hip flexor. But it's better now. Four, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah, I think I was collapsing my lower back at the back of the stroke. So as I came back, I was having to kind of flick quite a lot with my feet to stop the power. Whereas if you stop with a powerful braced core, you let your core take it, which protects your legs and your shins from yanking, lets the power go in. And if you do it right with a braced core, it's a heck of a good ab workout. Do enough of these, and you'll get those six-pack muscles going. Just have to worry about losing the rest of the fat, in my case, to get the six-pack. Right, press your button, ready to get into the next interval, which starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Go. Remember, always go back to basics for your technique. You're on a full slide forwards, shins at vertical. Lean in to 1 o'clock. Straight arms as you push the machine away with your feet. And I really mean it. Don't think about sending yourself backwards. Think about pushing the machine through the wall in front of you. One more. It does make a huge difference thinking about pushing that machine away from you. It's like it tightens up and triggers muscles that if you're thinking about going backwards, you don't tend to automatically engage. So it's like a deadlift. You don't think of a deadlift as a lifting motion. You think of it as a drive with the legs and then a finishing. And as much as it's geometry wise slightly different to a deadlift, that initial push of the legs is the same. Right, 10 seconds to go. Press your button to continue to the next interval. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. But I think from everything I say, if you can just think about straight arms, sitting up on your sit bones, and pushing off with your legs, everything else is all just tweaks. To avoid any power leaks. Get that handle away nice and quick to help get you into that posture. 4, 3, 2, 1. Why does that say 26? That's not right. Yeah, I'm about at 90% of max. I have to see afterwards what my whoop strap tells me. So I still wear the chest strap so I can see on the monitor exactly what it is. I could link the whoop to the monitor, but still not entirely sure how much I trust the heart rate on this. So until I've had it for longer than a week, I'm going to continue all this heart rate based training with the reliable Polar H7 around my chest. Okay, 10 seconds to go. Press your button to continue to the last of this batch of 5 in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on. Push away. Finish strong with your arms. Engage those lats. If you finish with your elbows out, make sure to finish strong. If you finish with your elbows through your sides like me, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Handle it, sternum height, not up at your throat. 4, 3, 2, Big push. 1. Whew. 5 more to go. I'm definitely fatiguing as we go through this. A little bit of a twinge in the old shoulder, but I think that was from demonstrating the elbows out stroke, which for me, if I go like that at the end, puts all the force up here. I can feel the head of my shoulder flexed and up, whereas if I come through the side like that, it's not the same. So out to the side, I don't feel I get the power in, but I understand that stroke as an on the water thing, where you're bringing in, you feather, you push away, whereas the only water I'm on is this stuff. So I'm okay to just pull it through my sides, let my shoulder blades, my lats, which hopefully are growing, I'm not too sure, I can't see the mirror. Told you, vanity. Get that nice V shape to your back if you get nice big lats. Not that anyone can see it, and not that my wife particularly cares. I don't think I've ever once heard her say, ooh, nice lats. I'd worry if I did. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Make sure you've had your drink before you start this next one. And then we've got 15 seconds to go, so get ready to press your button to continue to our last batch of 5 intervals, okay? We're going in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now, where I said last time my heart had recovered to around about 80, that time only made it as far as 100. So that shows the toll that a session like this takes over time. Slam those heels down into the foot plate. Make sure you connect with the flywheel before your butt scoots away from you. 3, 2, 1. So you want to make sure as you come in, you connect and move at the same time. What you don't want to do is scoot and then connect, or connect and then press. You want to connect and press at the same time. It takes practice, and it's one of the reasons for the straight arms drill that we usually do in the warm-ups. Maybe I'll just finish with that today instead of a normal cool down, just to make sure you do it. Right, 15 seconds to go. Whew. Press your button to get ready for the 17th interval of 20. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Now keep powerful. Make sure to continue that push with the legs and that strong finish, but also that powerful posture at the front, primed to take the stroke and send a surge of blue flame through your straight arms and into the flywheel, and then powerful braced core at the back of the stroke. 3, 2, 1. I know I go over this stuff all the time, but it really is, at this stage of a workout like this, especially if you're starting to be a floppy zombie, it can be easy to just really, I'm so tired, and not put in the effort. So I'll never shout at you, but I will give you these primers. It's not often that you'll hear me really shout, come on, you can do it. Do you know why? Because I know you can do it. You don't need me to tell you that. You can prove it to me in the next 3 intervals. 10, press your button. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. So you've got 3 intervals to put in as much supercharged energy into your stroke as you can. Remember, with the right technique, you get a turbo boost. So keep that posture strong, arms straight until here. Let the turbo charge up with your straight arms, and then release. It's like a souped up drag racer with the vents on the bonnet. You're revving it up, and when you let go, so you rev it up, and as you let go, blue flames, fireball of blue gets sent out the top of the car, and you rev your engine, you send another one out, and you burn the competition away. Not in a bad way. Not in an actual burn your competition way, that would be mean. Press your button to continue to the second last interval. We're going in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we've only got 48 strokes left. So you should be able to unload everything you've got from your arms at the finish and from your legs at the start. So imagine pushing that machine away, and then blue fireball coming out the top as you finish. 8 to go. 6. Come on. 4. 2. Last one. Oh. At this point, in terms of fatigue in a race, it's often when you'll just do anything to get that extra bit of power or speed out. Now, I want you to put everything you can into this last minute, but I don't want you to speed up stroke rate, and I don't want you to do anything wacky to your technique. No really long laybacks or really long lean forwards. Everything from the legs and then that finish. Press your button. Ready for the last interval in 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh. Handle almost slipped out of my hand again. Good posture, remember. Keep your back powerful. Don't snap that carrot. Connect hard with your heels and push the machine away. Nice straight arms. And then finish powerfully with the full length at the back. Come on, keep that forward lean. 4, 3, 2, 1. I saw 141 at the end, which I think is my fastest stroke in that workout. 93% of max heart. That'll do. All right. So, 2-minute cool down. Let's do 2.5 minutes. Because I want to start with 30 seconds at normal rowing. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So just run about 18 strokes a minute. Enough power just to connect with the machine. Maybe around 2k plus 30. And then in 2 more strokes time, I'm going to take one of our feet out. Here we go. And then continue rowing with just one leg in. I don't think we've ever done this. Here's the cool down before. I should remember this for when we do like the race warm-ups and things. Okay, one more stroke. And let's swap feet. And just continue rowing with one foot strapped in. Should still be able to get all the right positions of your normal rowing stroke with only one foot in. The only thing that may suffer is balance, but hopefully you'll get that sorted. Okay, straight legs and just row with your back and arms, rocking over your hips, then pulling in with your arms. Now you can have, like me, a slight bend in your knees so you don't lock them out, but I don't want any actual power coming from the stroke. Sorry, coming from your legs. 2 more. 1 more. Let's roll to the front of the machine, straight arms, and just hit that catch. Get in the right position and press out. Pick up the flywheel, but try and make sure your body position is how it should be for a main stroke. Arms straight, up on your sit bones, forward lean, powerful, ready to pick up the flywheel. There we go. So that's me done. You can keep going, of course, while I just finish off. Thanks so much for doing session 3. That was definitely a toughie. And that'll hopefully have us primed to then hit that recovery session in the next one, and then we've got the big race in session 5. Now, the question is whether you want to have a rest day or not at any point before the race. Now, I like to have one. I'm going to film these. I'm going to do session 4 next anyway for those that are following this and don't want a rest day. But what I would tend to do is I'd do 3 sessions, then I'd have a rest day, then I'd do session 4, and then the next day would be my race day. So I'd do session 4 the day before the race as a kind of what I call the stirring of the tanks. So whether you want to follow that or not, it's different because my race is on Sunday this time rather than Saturday. So that's why I'm able to factor in this rest day, but not that you care. But anyway, so today is just going to be hashtag power 24s, because that's what it was. It was all about power in the 24s. And you know I love a 24, so always good to call it out as the hashtag. Thanks very much for being part of this one. I will see you in session 4. I've only got a couple more to go, and then it's the big test. I hope you're all feeling confident for it. I'm as confident as you can be when you know you're about to face into a minute and a half of sheer, exhaustion, let's call it. Well, first 20 seconds aren't that bad, but then it really hits. So anyway, I hope you're staying safe, be well. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.